Hello, I'm here top of Churchy, Primark, Bold Street End on this very busy, noisy, windy Wednesday. Okay, sir, Wednesday afternoon. It really is a busy, windy, noisy day. But a video will be made all the same, right? Walking around as I do for several hours now around our cherished city centre. Cultural change is all around, surprise, surprise. And it's not slowing down, if anything, the complete opposite. This is why we need to oppose what is happening. Like I've said before, if our cherished city centre is a microcosm of cultural change, then our city's changing faster than even Joe Owens imagined, right? The speed of this is what is frightening. Each time I venture down here into our cherished city centre, the change is there. It seems to be, as I say, more and more obvious, more and more visible. And there's that many different nationalities, cultures coming into the city now, like I've said. They have nothing in common with one another, let alone their Scouse hosts. Okay, sir? Yeah. So how long term can this be in our city's best interest? Well, it can't be, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm saying. It's not me coming down here unnecessarily having to go at someone that's just trying to get on with their lives, you know. God bless them, those that have came here, but it needs to stop. You can't have this continuous because, well, if you do, then it's our city, its ways, beliefs, values, standards, everything that we are all about will change to accommodate universal Scousers. That's how it works in the real world, ladies and gentlemen, right? That's what happens. It's not me making this up. It's there for everyone to see, you know. I mean, if I've got, like I've said before, if I've got this wrong, then someone email me. Someone come down and do a video and say, Joe, you've got this all wrong, sir. And you know what I have? I'll come down here and I'll say, you know what, I never realised that. I've made a big mistake. My apologies to everyone, but I haven't made a big mistake. Everyone knows I haven't made a big mistake. You all know what's happened along Shield Road, Kensington, Boulder Street, Molyneux Road, Prescott Road, and so on and so on. Everyone knows what's happened, right, to those two once proud Scouse communities. They have been changed irreversibly. It hasn't been for the better. Everyone now can see, especially those that live there, what's happening along Breck Road, County Road, West Derby Road. So again, that's not me making this up. It's real and present. Everyone knows what is happening. Yet, those I rightfully criticise, Ian Bain, MP for West Derby, Refugees Welcome, Tanzan, the diversity man, MP for Bolton, they remain silent. Liam Thorpe, political editor of Liberal Echo, he remains silent. Ricky Tomlinson, my old mate, I actually like Ricky Tomlinson, to tell you the truth, but he's another one, remains silent. Right, he's pushing his silly nonsense, go to refugees, you know. So that's why I feel the need to come down here and deliver the awful truth to the good people of Liverpool, because if I don't, no one's going to do it. And if no one does it, then our city will indeed undergo a profound cultural change. That will change our glorious home, our one and only Scouse home, into a different place. There's no rewind button, no reset. It's done, it's changed, it's gone. It'll still be here in name, I understand, right? But it'll never be the same place, right? It'll be a completely different place. Like what's happened to other places, once unique communities around the country. They have been changed to such an extent the different places, right? Everyone knows the different places, right? It's not, as I say, the proof's in the pudding with what's happened to other communities. You don't have to take my word for it. It's there to see. Hare Hills in Leeds, that has been changed, irreversibly changed into somewhere completely different. Cultural chaos reigns there, like cultural chaos is beginning to reign here in our glorious city. This can't continue, ladies and gentlemen, without our city changing irreversibly. How many different nationalities and cultures you see, it's just unbelievable. As I've said, they've got nothing in common with one another, let alone their Scouse hosts. So how can this be long term in our city's best interest? How? Well, it can't be. It's not gonna be, right? All them other communities, those I mentioned, they took decades to change. We're not going to take that long because there's that many coming in now. It was 50,000 a year at one time, now there's 1 million. That is just unbelievable. You can't survive at that rate. And we see what's happening in the city centre. Like I've said before, the city centre, or Cheddar City Centre, is a microcosm of cultural change. Then cultural change is sweeping across our glorious city, fast in Joe Owens, imagine. And I'm down here every day nearly. That's why we must oppose it. We oppose it at election time. There is no other way, ladies and gentlemen, except elections, right? There's no sneaky way of creeping up on the government and they don't see it. And next minute you walk into number 10. It's not happening. Right, or council chambers, wherever. There's only voting. That's the only way to change things. There is no other way. If there's some sneaky way, then let me know. Right? If there's some sneaky way you can just sneak up on the government, and then you're in power, then let me know. There is no other way. There's only voting, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm saying, at election time, find a candidate reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, and give them your vote. Short of that, ladies and gentlemen, these reckless politicians will let cultural change sweep across our glorious city, changing it forever. Like I've said, there's no reset button, right? There's no cultural rewind. We're finished. It's the end of our city as a Scouse city. Yeah, it'll still be here in name. It'll still be Liverpool. St George's Hall will still be here. All the places will still be here, but it'll never be the same place. Well, you've got to ask yourself, how can it be? How can it be the same place? It's impossible. It can't be. We can't pass this down to our children. We don't have the right to. Neither these reckless politicians. That's why I'm down here, because they remain silent. Now, if they want to take to social media and address what's happening, then I'll stop coming down here making these videos, but they're not going to. They're going to remain silent, right? And that's shocking, ladies and gentlemen. They were elected to be concerned. They were elected to address the worries and concerns the good people of Liverpool have regarding what's happening to their city. But they're not. They're remaining silent. So-called champions of the working class, they remain in silence as working class communities are being transformed and changed into different places. The so-called champions of the working class, they remain in silence. That's why I'm down here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll continue to come down here till these reckless politicians deal with the awful truth, what is happening to our city. There is a change underway like never, ever before. A change that, if it's not stopped, will alter our city for good. There's no cultural rewind, reset button, finished, gone. Look what's happened to all these other places across the country. The proof is in the pudding. And like I've said, with being in possession, metaphorically speaking, of a crystal ball, we know what's on the way, how it unfolds, and the end result. We would be mad, literally mad, not to ignore the writing on the wall, right? We can't do this. We can't pass this down to our children, our grandchildren. This is their city, right? It doesn't belong to new arrivals, Universal Scousers or anyone else. A few coming into the city, not a problem. Joe Owens, no problem with that, but that's not what's happening, right? The four corners of the world are coming here, and it's unlimited. It's not stopping, right? You only gotta look around the video, right? It's not stopping. It's continuous. It's gonna be until we stop it, until we vote out these reckless politicians. 227 council elections, 229 general election. They have to go, ladies and gentlemen. They have to be removed and replaced by those who are going to put the good people of Liverpool first, our past and our future, right? The Scouse legacy that rightfully belongs to our children, our grandchildren, and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born, doesn't belong to new arrivals and their children or grandchildren. Sorry for being selfish, but that's the way it is, I'm afraid. Right. It's a very, very busy, noisy, windy day. But I have to come down here. I feel a need to come down here, because if I don't, no one else will. If no one else will, you know the outcome. You know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, because we've seen it before. The proof is in the pudding, and we're in possession, metaphorically speaking, of a crystal ball, telling us what's on the way, how it unfolds, and the end result. We would be mad, literally mad, to ignore the writing on the wall. It is a glorious day, noisy, windy or what. It really is a lovely day. I'm going to get a coffee now, ladies and gentlemen. I may be back, I'm not sure. Right, we shall see. But just think, ladies and gentlemen, we don't oppose what's happening. Where do our children and grandchildren fit in all this? Well, they don't. Remember, say no to cultural change. Yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.